thank you very much for staying with us. My name is Jacob. Actually, it's Yaakov, but you can't say in English Yaakov, so it's Jacob. I'm honored to lead the UX chapter of the Launchpad program worldwide. I've been all around creating UX mentors, communities all around the globe, actually. And I'm really honored to lead the Israeli team as well, which are 25 great mentors who actually brought you this event. And in the past 4 years, we gained so much experience helping mainly early stage startups, and we really want to share it with you. So we'll make a quick question answer session, and then we hand the microphone to you so you can ask us as many questions as you want. So I want to start with you, Sagi. Where are you? Yeah, here you are. So in many startups, there's simply not enough money. The budget is so limited, it's so hard, the blanket is so short, and they find it hard to focus on UX. From your experience as a designer helping early stage startups, do you think you can help these startups design-wise?
So how many people in the crowd are UXers? UX design or any kind of design? Okay, great. How many people are founders of startups and are not designers? Okay, we have a few hands. Most hands are UX designers. So I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to attack this from the point of view of a UX designer. When a startup comes up and says, I don't have resources for design, why should I pay you? Okay, maybe it's a good way to attack this. Well, I heard a lot of people come to me and say, design is not going to make or break my product. And actually, I say, you are correct. Me as a designer, I'm not going to make or break your product. So that theory, I think, is can go to waste. We're not superheroes, and we cannot make or break products. If a product is shitty, we're not going to save it. If a product is amazing, we can do something about it. And that's what I think that's my main claim. So design has two roles the way I see it. The first role of design is basically, and when I say design, I mean product design. I mean it touches on UX and the design phase. The one is basically multiplying the value, the given value of a product. So you can basically take a product, an early stage startup, and say, how much are you evaluated for? I can make you look and behave, your product look and behave like it's 10x that evaluation, first of all. And that would make you look exactly like that in front of the investors when you want to get funding, and in front of your users, which will help your growth, especially at the early stages. The second thing is design's place is to create perceived value. Perceived value is to make a person kind of understand that he's going to change and transform once he uses your product. So multiplying value by 10x and creating perceived value can make your, let's say, 1 million evaluation look like hundreds of millions of evaluation in almost no time, and in almost, not the budget that you're thinking of. It's not. So that's what I think design can do in terms of how you can explain it to startups and startup founders that are here. That's what design can do for you. That's the way I see it. And just to give one example, the iPhone, its design is not what made the products. Okay, it was the hundreds of patents made on it, and the screen that they invented, and the fact that they make it marketable to a vast market. So the design is taking a lot of credit, but it's not what made the product, the iPhone.
Thank you very much. Great. Oh, thank you very much. Ravit, you have met tons of startups along these 4 years in Launchpad program, and we spoke about it so many times. And from your experience, what are the biggest mistakes which startups make?
Why is it I'm always asked about mistakes? Let me tell you a story.
Tell me a story.
There was a startup that was sitting here in the front row when we just started this evening. That startup, I've worked with them from almost day one. And when they came to me, they had this product that they wanted. They pinpointed a need in the market, and then they devised product concept, and they wanted me to help them with that, with the product definition and with the user experience design. When we spoke about this process that they have to do, we came up with the conclusion that they have to do research. And they did do research. They did a 2 months or 3 months research. They put a lot of funds into that and a lot of time. And the outcome of the research was that the need is real. The product is not the right product. So they pivoted. They changed the product. They remained with the same idea, with the same need or same solution, but the way to solve the problem, the need, pivoted, changed. So the mistake that most startups I encounter make is that they don't research. They don't know their users. They don't know their users' needs. They sometimes think that they know their users, but they think that maybe they are the users. But maybe they think that their mother is the user, their sister is the user, their colleagues are the users. No, they don't know the users unless they research that, unless they go and find out who the users really are, what they really need, what they really think they need. And unless they validate their assumptions, they don't know their users. And the thing is that you, as UXers, because I know there's a few founders and a few startup founders here, but most of you are UXers. Your role is to encourage your startups or encourage your employers, whoever they are, to research. And if there is no time and there are no funds, go for, I'll say that in Hebrew, guerrilla research. Go for that, because I tried to say guerrilla research. Just do that. And since I don't have the time to explain what guerrilla research is, just research that, or if you need help, just come to us, because that's what we are here for. What did you say?
I said we're in Google.
We're in Google. So
You can search.
Google it.
search it. Thank you.
Great.
Okay, I just wanted. That's funny feeling. I just wanted to add for the UXers in the crowd that when we ask the founders, the startups with a shining in their eye to go and make a research, that's a scary moment for them. You mustn't patronize them. You mustn't take it lightly on them or think of it lightly. It's a huge step for them. It's the moment they fear the most. They have a brilliant kid in their head, and now they're going to test it in the real world. Don't pressure them. Accompany them. That's your job. So, yeah.
Thank you very much. I just want to add on top of that, I totally agree with you both. I've met around 10,000 startups along these 4 years all around the world. And that's another guerrilla word, never mind. But everyone in every country, doesn't matter if you're in India, in Bangalore, or in Europe, or as one of our famous football players said, or in Spain, or in Latin America, and so, that was a joke, never mind. Okay, it doesn't matter when you meet them, they all keep on making the same mistake. They never meet their users. Never, ever. And it doesn't matter if you're talking about a pre-seed startup or a startup who has already got some seed, or even round A startups. It's unbelievable. Yep. Thank you, Jacob. Now let's go to the next question. Udi, that's okay. Yeah. Okay, Udi, I know you for so many years, and I really love the work that you do as a UX designer as well as a product manager. And Hila spoke about it before, and she mentioned the overlap. So, do you think that UX experts should help the startup with product questions, because they keep on asking us all the time product questions?
Thank you. Well, I think overlapping is actually the answer. We must understand that we have UX and we have product, but we have a lot of overlapping in between. And when I say overlapping, is like the question regarding the features. Okay, so a lot of question I tackle along with startups about features. And features are actually product question, but also UX question. So which features, and how to prioritize the features, and how to illustrate the feature and ask the users about them. So these are actually UX question, and we can answer it together with the startup. Another thing is the pricing, the business proposal. These are actually, in my opinion, are product issues and marketing issue. And when I'm being asked about pricing and if to pay monthly or annual payment or stuff like that, I prefer to avoid answering because this is not my core competence. I'm not a marketing manager and a UX expert. So as a UX expert, I can help them, but not with this question. And I get a lot question like that, but I say stop. Let's focus on the main question that's actually overlapping between product and UX. And by doing that, we can focus a lot about this important question. And also, the startup can get advice with experts in marketing and business on those other questions. Because if I will answer these questions, it won't be right for me.
Thank you. Anyone to add? Okay. Last, however, not least, before I handle the microphones to you, both, actually. Yishay, I saw you mentoring early-stage startups many times, and you know there are lots of obstacles when you have to mentor startups. So, what are the main startups obstacles while mentoring them?
Thanks. I think the biggest obstacles is, of course, the startups not having or lacking any resources in data and real users. So it's hard to make any decisions. Most of them are assumptions that they need to take. And it's up to us as UXers to overcome it. And you need to guide them. You need to, we tend to, we try and do. We try to make the sketches or make solutions. And with startups, mostly, you need to mentor, you need to consult, you need to give tools, not answers. You need to teach, not do. You need to speak about how to conduct research rather than do it. You need to explain about user-centered design instead of, so that they can take it along with their, along the roadmap of the product. And the second obstacle is more of what I encountered myself as a UXer, and it becomes more difficult the more experienced you are. And that's the fact that you've done and you saw so much that you tend to choose the easy way, the things that you know that work. Someone would come to you with a great idea, and startups are awesome, and they would say, we have this idea, and you'll immediately think, okay, this button should go there, and this, and wait a minute. Take a step back and think about the concept, about what this product brings, what is it changing in the world, what emotions you want to evoke in the people who use it, what is the message, and now keep yourself in this level and try to tie it down to the nitty-gritty places. But mostly in a company, we have the concept, we have something like this, and then we dive into the details, and there we leave it. We work in that level. But with a startup, you need to do this. You need to go all the way to the concept layer, and then dive into make it into a screen, and then go up again and think, how will this make them feel? Keep it in that high level. And last, don't think you know anything, because you know the past. Startups are about the future. And many times I see awesome startups and I think, you know what you should do? Actually, I don't know. And then you have to hold your step back. It's not your startup. And on the other hand, sometimes you think, nah, that's been done, or that will never work. I mean, you have these products that I will never use, like Snapchat or like Tinder or Apple, and which is
No, just it's natural.
yes, but people love them, and people pay for them, and you're not the one who wants to be like, yeah, still don't believe in this Facebook thing, it will never catch, or Google, wow, I use Yahoo or Alta Vista. So look at yourself and dissolve your ego. That's what I say.
Thank you very much. All right. Well, as UX experts, I offer you a unique experience of talking to two microphones simultaneously. Any questions to our honored panel from the audience?
I would just like to know more about guerrilla research. If you can elaborate on that, that would be great.
Sagi?
You? You want to speak about guerrilla research?
I have to speak. Do I have to speak?
Any of you?
I can say one thing. Get out of the building. I had one startup that did something about a shopping mall, and they sat here or there or somewhere in this building, and I said, "Have you been to a shopping mall?" And they said, "No, we hate it." Said, and they said, and I said, "There's a shopping mall there, like Azrieli. It's terrible, but let's go see it." That's the beginning of guerrilla research.
I just want to make this. Can it hang from my teeth? So,
Yes, it can.
so the guerrilla research is just when you get on the street. It's true. There's a great video on YouTube, and actually I think Google did it. I'm not sure, but just like about how to do guerrilla research in 5 minutes. That's how it's called, I think. So it's a great video. And I've experience with guerrilla research because when I done my first startup, it was called Multa. We were like near Rothschild, and we just like for 2 days we were just like hanging out in the street, asking people, just like bothering them, like, can you look at this iPad and tell us what you think? And it really, really shaped our product. Like 2 days of that. That's like almost no cost, and it's super like helpful, and you get to bug people on the street. Like it's nice, it's fun.
I think maybe we're just all saying the same thing, but in general, guerrilla research is about getting to know your users. It's not about conducting and constructing huge research and analyzing results, and it's not about that. Go and talk to your target audience. Talk to your users. Ask them questions. Observe them. Look at them. Look at them in the eyes. בלבן של העיניים. That's what you need to do. That's the way you do it. I'm a kibbutznik. I live in a kibbutz. And there was this product I was working on that I actually needed to ask a lot of people a lot of questions just to hear them, just to get them talking. I just went to the kibbutz dining room and started nagging people. I just went there, breakfast, lunch, dinner. I was just sitting there, nagging people, just talking to them, asking them questions, asking them, can I interrupt for a minute? Just look at my phone for a minute. Just tell me what you think about that. That's guerrilla research.
I want to present a different perspective about guerrilla research. Sorry about that. But I think guerrilla research is actually a cool word, but you can call it hands-on research, okay? But you must understand, in my opinion, you have to have some prototype to test. You can ask a lot of questions about users and meet them in the shopping mall, but if you will have some prototype, and we saw over there it can be a drafted prototype, it will be better to understand how they behave or how they react to your product. So just asking them a question, I don't think it's enough. Come with some kind of a prototype, low fidelity prototype, but it will help you a lot. Without a prototype, I think you will miss the guerrilla perception.
Okay, thank you very much for staying with us for this session, and thank you.